Welcome on in to another live reaction to Dev Diaries in Cities Skylines. Today, we are finally having a look at maps and themes. There's going to be a lot to go through here now. I imagine that they'll probably show off the map size in its full entirety, finally. We already know that the actual tiles are going to be smaller, but we have a grand total. Is it 181 tiles? If that's the case, we are going to be blown away by these. Obviously, seeing the themes as well, I imagine they'll relate to the weather types as well. So maybe we'll have an alpine theme that's a lot more snowy. We might have a temperate theme, which is more rain and overcast, like here in England, as it is currently. It is raining. And we might have a sunny theme. Who knows? We will find out. This one is definitely one that I'm looking forward to. And as always, if you want to catch my streams live, we go live every Saturday, 3 p.m. BST, live on Twitch. Come check us out. But now, let's not waste any time. Let's see what this has got to offer. Oof, okay.
It's easy to forget how much our day-to-day is shaped by where we live. But how our world looks, feels, and changes sets the scene for our lived experience. It's the same for the people in your city. And in Cities Skylines 2, the world is a whole lot bigger. You can now build on an area 5 times bigger than before, equivalent to 159 square kilometers. That's bigger than some countries. Maps are composed of individual tiles. Connect them to create a sweeping urban jungle, or don't connect them to develop interesting little pockets of life. You can unlock 441 tiles on each map, but you'll have 9 to work with when you begin your city building. Reach milestones to unlock more. When you do, choose tiles that best serve your expansion plans. Before you click, preview the total buildable area, what natural resources are available, and the cost of that tile. The expanded map inspires you to think big, but remember to think up. Height limits have increased too, freeing you to carve a city higher in the sky than ever before. Building on this scale also invites you to think outside of the box, literally. Create connections to cities beyond the edge of your map to open up trade routes that can accelerate your city's growth. Before you select a map, look at where it sits on the globe. Is it north or south of the equator? And which hemisphere is it in? Check out how much of the map can be built on, which natural resources it has, and what, if any, connections already exist to neighboring cities. Found a map you like? Click and give your city a name. This is also your chance to change the default theme if you want to. There are 2 themes, European and North American. Themes shape the look and feel of your city, from street markings to cop cars. The biggest difference is the architectural style of residential and commercial buildings. You can add buildings from the other theme when zoning your city. This lets you pepper European buildings in your North American city, and vice versa. Still, the theme you choose dominates the appearance of your city, and it can't be changed later. There are 10 maps in the base game, each drawing inspiration from real-world locations. You might even recognize them. And with the vast area available on the new expanded maps, terrains are more varied, resources are more accessible, and there are more ways to connect to other cities. You'll discover maps where life is lived on the sandy beaches of a sprawling archipelago. Maps that invite you to build at high altitudes with a mountainside map, or along the winding waters of a rich river delta. There might even be a map that looks like the world outside your window. Select the map that stirs your imagination to set the stage for life and living in the city of your dreams.
Okay, so there was a lot to go through there now. I misinterpreted what it meant by themes, because obviously we already knew that there was an American-European theme. I assumed that they meant themes to the, or the temperates of each climate. But as always, we will go back through this and see if there's anything that we have missed prior, and then jump into the community store on the Steam page and see what there is to offer. I love these little animations at the start now. So, big thing, I was completely wrong about map size. 441. Absolutely huge. Let's go over that. I love this look. Now, you can definitely tell that maps are smaller, or tiles are smaller from this, you know? Whereas before we could probably fit, oh gosh, I wouldn't even be able to begin to know how many districts and things you would be able to fit in here. And these do look a lot smaller. If we take this Coleridge area here, obviously most of it is in water. You've got a little bit there. It's definitely a lot smaller. You can have a look at this main island here, which is actually one of the main ones we've been looking at throughout all the other dev diaries. I should call them feature highlights, that's what they are. But you can see that this actually is across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish tiles. I've got a feeling that these are probably... I'm going to make a guess and say 4 of these would probably make a singular tile in CS1. Could be completely wrong. We are very zoomed out and I can't really tell the road layouts. Maybe even 9. But if we take the larger stage and say it's actually 9, and before you could only have a 3x3 grid in vanilla. So even if you times 9 by 9, that's 81, you know? So we're still going to get a much bigger map, especially for vanilla players. I'm not sure if it's the same size as 81 tiles brought, because my maths doesn't work. 81 times 9, maybe not as big. If it is, 9 tiles make up a single tile from CS1. That's totally fair. But let's have a look at this. So it looks like once you're in game, especially in this purchase mode, you can see each map tile, the buildable area, their fertile land, their oil deposits, groundwater, wood and ore. Fantastic. I love that. Yeah, this is huge. It's definitely huge. I do wonder, and I have a sneaking suspicion that one of the first mods that are made is probably making this bigger. Or Move It. Move It might still be a thing. I'm not sure. It depends on how this game is created. This extra landmass, I've got a feeling that people will be like, you know what, I want to build there. Or especially like up here as well. I imagine that's going to be a thing. But we'll crack on. And I love the fact that we've been given different angles of this as well. And down here as well, it looks like we can... There is a... The thing for maps that I love is I love bays, I love coves, but some of the maps don't have a mixture. Some of them are either very few lakes and just one river and no sea, or what the other one is like, it's an island. There's very few amazing maps that have a mix. This right here, this might be the map that I start with, because this looks incredible. And I am wondering if you can landscape these islands as well. I'd be surprised if you couldn't, but that'd be quite nice. I'd like to see how that functions. So yeah, getting slightly closer. It's hard to tell with no buildings on here how big these actually are. I am pretty confident that a 3x3 is equal to 1 from the base game, the CS. So it is kind of hard to see. We're a little bit closer here. Yeah, I'd be pretty certain it is. Also, we've got our first proper look at some snowy alpine mountain ranges as well. A little bit of snow here as well. I'm wondering if this is just decoratively put on, or if this is actually being affected by the current temperature. It is only 3 degrees in the city, as we can see down here. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, this is huge. It's very good to see all this. Now, we've been teased a little bit about this, and we haven't dove too deep into it. So it does sound like most of the milestones are still the same, although it does go past previous expectations. It looks like, obviously, I love this look as well. It looks like a lot easier. And it looks like our very first milestone, Tiny Village, allows us to buy more map tiles, controls most of the other stuff, extra roads. I don't know why I tried to scroll down. But also medium density row housing, so that's going to be available very quickly, which I'm very happy for. Let's skip forward because I think it does go into a bit more. There you go. So small village, medium density housing. So it does seem like we get a lot of housing and a lot of variety of housing early game, and education trees. So we have seen that there is a trees system as well, and I imagine this will be under the development that we can see just there, that how we progress is up to us, which is great. So we'll have milestones which automatically unlock stuff, and then we'll have trees that we can develop, which I'm excited for as well. Let's carry on and have a quick look. Loan limits, agricultural areas. So yeah, even at a large village, we can start doing industry, which admittedly we could zone before, but we could never use like industry areas as such. So that was quite good. Okay, I'm excited. I think something's just been shown off here, and I have been saying it every time. Livestock farming has not been publicly shown yet. I've got a feel... I will say it again. I have a strong feeling that what we do in our industries directly affects our production in the city. Providing more jobs, providing bigger offices. Livestock? Yes, I'm all about that. All about that. Grand Village, district creation tools, that's great. Obviously, policies. Natural disasters we unlock at Grand Village. Now, I'm quite surprised at that. Low rent housing. Transport overview. I think this is the map rather than the actually unlocking certain transport. Although I'd be curious to see how that performs. And then we've got Tiny Town, we've got communications. Love that. We've got mixed housing. Vegetable farming. Again, going back onto what I was saying. Got a lot of stuff to look at here. Doesn't show Boomtown, unfortunately. But you can see how much we've actually unlocked in that short period of time. I'm very excited to... Because beforehand, you didn't get that much as you progressed in the game in terms of milestones. It was like, well, here's this, do what you want. It definitely seems like they've taken the advice of the people who play it and was like, we want a little bit more. We want this to actually work like a proper city or a proper village growing up to a city. So I'm very glad they've taken that on. So yeah, here they've just clicked on this tile. You can see that this is all automatically changed. Massive amounts of groundwater, probably because of this. Ore, 18.5 tons. That's a lot of ore. Well, not really. So I wonder if they've done some balancing between the industries and stuff. I imagine so. Okay, let's keep going. I love this. I love the fact that you can zoom out fully. I really do. Okay, so yeah, much rockier terrain as well. I was a bit thrown off by all this lighting. This seems quite weird. I'm going to guess that's because of clouds and stuff. I was very, very weird about this. Obviously, outside connections, we've already been shown a lot about that we can do transport and stuff. Now here, so this is our first proper look at all the different types of maps. I'm going to quickly hide my face. There's that one there. So yeah, they said 10 in the base game, and then San Francisco and Tampere. I think these are technically to be released with the expansion packs. Oh yeah, you can literally see it there, bonus maps. So this is the first look that we've got of all 10 maps, which is really, really cool. And I do love that they all say essentially the types of climate. So we do actually get to see the types of climate. So with this archipelago haven, it can be warm. I'm going to say this is definitely more, well, European, more UK based for sure. But yeah, so North America, mostly sunny. That's cool to see. And I'm hoping some with rain between -15 and 26. So I'm going to say this is more Northern Europe, maybe towards Norway and such. I was hoping, if we keep skipping through, maybe it will show us maybe some snowy stuff. Okay, I don't think it would. But we can see how the temperature fluctuates, which is really nice. And behind my head, city name, if you didn't see that, the theme, and then all this stuff here. And it does look like they've got a simple toggle tutorial on and off, which I don't think they added for a while. Selecting unlock all and unlock many disables achievements. Damn. That mod will come back. There is a mod in in the original CS which turns that off. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, let's have a look further. Again, a little bit more of a look into some of the building styles. We've got our row townhouses. I'm going to say this is the European theme. And then it went off into the American type theme. Or I might have got that wrong. Never mind. But although I think this is the first time that we're seeing like little lights on these townhouses. So I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty happy with how these look. At first, I was very confused as well. Just very briefly, I saw these awnings and I was very confused. I thought there was some sort of overlay, but then I saw these and I was like, no, it's just the building. It's just the building. I am a little bit worried that some of the buildings are going to get quite repetitive. But again, this is a brand new release. You know, they've listened to their community. They've provided so much. They put in so many integral mods into the game. Let's give them a break. I'm looking forward to seeing what asset creators do for this. I really am. I think it's gonna be wonderful. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, so we came back. So now this one's -12. This one is -4. Still more sunny stuff though, which I'm surprised. I'm surprised there's not like a winter-themed map. If I'm completely honest. They did mention that height limits have been raised, which is incredible, which gives a more diverse feel to the maps themselves. This looks beautiful. I love this. And I love that you can see all the trees as well. No more LOD issues. I really do like this map as well. I really do. I'm thinking either the one that I'll probably start with, the one that $2.20 did, or this one. So I think this is a nice in-between. Again, depending on how big the tiles are, I'm hoping we'll get a little bit of a close look or a reference point. I'm sure someone will do a breakdown of it as well. But yeah, that's that. Let's jump on over to the Steam page and hopefully... Okay, let's have a look at this. Right, so... one map is 1.92 by 1.92 kilometers, which results in the total playable area of being 92.16 kilometers squared, with a maximum of 33.18. Okay, so this is already screaming at me that there will be an 81s tile mod or some sort of equivalent times 3 mod, 92 kilometer mod, whatever you want to call it. One map tile is much smaller, roughly a third of what its predecessor was. But you were able to unlock almost all tiles, giving you a whopping... Okay, so I was right. So it's going to be about 9 tiles in CS2 is going to be the equivalent of 1. But the actual size of the map is going to be bigger. So it's good to get that clarified. Thank you. A Brave New World. Let's see what's here. I'm going to skim through these like I said. I think most of this we probably already covered, which is fine. Unlocking map tiles will be due to how well you progress in the game, so that's pretty fair. Okay, so here we get a better look of all the maps, which I'm looking forward to. Archipelago Haven, sorry. Peninsulas, cays, low elevation land formations. Okay, so I like this one, and I do love this bridge here. I think that's a really nice thing. Barrier Island, which looks quite nice as well. Great Highlands. I think this is one of the ones that I liked the look of in the screenshots. So that's fair. Lakeland. I kind of like the idea of Mountain Village, also quite nice. This one's got snow-capped mountain peaks, so I'm going to guess snow is definitely going to be something that's playable in this map. I think this was one that I also liked the look of, River Delta. There you go, Twin Mountains as well, another snowy themed one. Sweeping Plains based off New Zealand. Okay, that's fair. I do like these little bits here, or these little rivers. I do like this. I think it's going to be very difficult to choose a map on the first playthrough. Windy Fjords as well. I imagine there'll be snow on here. Waterway Pass, not too drawn to. But again, once we actually jump in and have a look at the maps, I'm going to be excited for. Outside connections we already know about. Themes we've got a pretty good understanding about. But they did actually say that street markings, traffic lights, vehicle models will change per theme. Now, obviously, you can build both themes in a city, but that doesn't change the road types. So that's something to be mindful of. I imagine I might do a European theme with mainly American assets. I think that's probably what I'll go for. Or we'll just, you know what? I always don't build fully American, so maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that on our first one. But here's what we're excited for. Climate and Seasons, August 7th. Now, it's 3 days before my birthday, but we'll try and get it out. These next 3 I am very, very excited about. I think these are going to be that makes me either overhyped or still pretty hyped. But until the next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a week. Bye now.